Hey y'all. Welcome to the Pisces Bae-Crosswatchers only reading. Evacuation edition. I hope you guys are doing well. I'm doing these live just because, as most of you may know, I have evacuated from my home. Yeah, I'm doing good. And I'm in a hotel, and I bought my laptop with me, but I typically just use my laptop for like recording and streaming and stuff like that. So I don't have my editing software on here. So I wanted to finish you guys reading, so I said I could just do them live. So they're, here. Hey there. I miss you too. So I'm going to jump in. Hey. Ah, that makes me so glad. Thank y'all so much. All right, through the looking at. Oh, hey. I'm legit, just because I know like how people get like annoyed when you like do a live and like, you're like talking to people through it and stuff. I'm gonna focus on on Pisces energy and stuff like that, and I'm gonna look at you guys comments and stuff and talk to you guys after I finish it. Life is better with an at-home connection, dude. Oh my god. Yeah, that's another thing. It's like even if I tried to record them, it's like uploading them is gonna be like hell in a handbasket. Yeah, we're doing super good. We're doing super good. My family's good, man. Luckily, we were able to get out, and I know my brother just texted me and told me that all of the power is out in New Orleans. Like the main frame thing with our monopoly electrical company, like they legit, like their thing is just out. Hey. So there's no power in the city. Look at that. Hey there. I was just live on my network, y'all. After I finish the reading over here, I'm going live on my network to do the extended. So y'all just gonna be following me around doing doing live today, you know. So I'm gonna jump in to the energy for my Crosswatchers of Pisces and whatnot, or whatever. Business as usual. The only difference is that I'm live. Princess. Hey. Only difference is I'm live. So let's see what's going on from my Crosswatchers. And for those of you who don't know what this reading is, it is a reading that I do for people who may be dating or in a relationship situationship with a Pisces person and are looking to get clarity or insight into the particular partnership with this person. You know what I'm saying? Crosswatcher. So, go ahead. So let's see what we got going on. And these are covering for the month of September because there's just a few more days left, but the energy could definitely pick up. When I started these, it was the 15th the 15th of September. So I would still say some of this could kind of go back to the midpoint of August. Okay, first card out that we have for our Crosswatcher is the Ace of Wands in the reverse. So the first thing that came to me seeing that is that the passion has died with this Pisces person, not necessarily in the sense that you don't feel something for this person anymore. That's not the case. It's just feeling as if there's some sort of disconnect, because the thing that I'm literally seeing is like if you took a torch, like those old school torches, and you were just like douse it in water. That's kind of the vibe that I get. So it feels almost as if there was some sort of pause. I also feel that the relationship or situationship, whatever it is, between the two of you guys started pretty quickly. And this is reminding me of another sign. I can't remember who it is right now. I'm picking up on the energy signature. I can't remember who it is. I was saying it's the same vibe here where this is something that started really quick and it's almost like being caught up in a passionate kind of whirlwind with a person. So having like a lot of sexual chemistry with them and it's just like the two of you just clicking. It's like that's how things kind of started with the Pisces person. But coming into the time frame that we're looking at now, somehow things have kind of fallen off kilter with you all. The next card that we have is the Ten of Pentacles. So you're desiring stability and security. What is that noise? Oh, that's a boat. You're desiring stability and security with this Pisces person. And I feel like you guys are kind of trying to psych yourself out about it. So what this would really feel like to me, y'all, this would have to be someone that y'all aren't speaking to right now. And if you are speaking, it's like hit or miss. Like it's not very consistent. And it's more or less like the Crosswatcher's mindset is kind of like, I'm going to focus on myself and take care of myself. I'm going to go to the gym and, do my mantras or whatever the case may be. Is you trying to focus on yourself. But I feel this in the vibe. And I literally just talked about this in the weekly reading on my network. It's almost like kind of trying to psych yourself up, if that makes sense. So, God, this is exactly what we talked about in the weekly reading, y'all, from the network that's here right now. I was talking to them about like roots, about how, and we were saying it in the context of blocking, right? Like if you're dealing with someone and they're being sometimey and like to cut ties with them, you just kind of like block them, which is literally what happened in the Aquarius reading. So we could have cuspers going on here, but you just kind of cut ties with the person to just not deal with it. But what I was telling my Couture Soul Collective on my network was it's like the equivalent of chopping down a tree and never pulling up those roots. So those roots have an energy signature, and that energy signature like attracts like. So it's going to draw things to it that are the same energy signature of it. And it's important to not just kind of gloss over it without really dealing with it. And with this Ten of Pentacles, I'm seeing that what the Crosswatcher is doing to kind of lick your wounds from this situation not panning out the way that you desired is like focusing on yourself, right? Which isn't a bad thing. It's just the intention behind it, right? Because we all want to love ourselves. We all want to take care of ourselves and things of the sort. But if what kind of thrust you into, because I'm even thinking about like, what's that show with the Kardashian chick, like Revenge Body? That's kind of like the vibe that I'm getting, because that means like Revenge Body is pretty much saying that the whole reason why one is working out is to prove a point to the other person. You know what I'm saying? Like having revenge by you looking nice, which means that you still care about what that person thinks. And that's something that's important to get highlighted here, because it's, even though self-care, self-love is a great thing, building security and stability for yourself is a great thing. It's just you want to make sure that it's not motivated by a disappointment, because it ends up becoming something where you're robbing yourself of what it could be if you're doing it from like a pure place, if you will. Now with this Knight of Pentacles here, this is weird because it's giving me Knight of Wands vibes. But the message in reference to this Knight of Wands vibes, and I don't know yet because I didn't get to the Pisces person's energy yet, but this is saying that if we were to talk about a pattern that the Crosswatcher could potentially play out, it would be that you have a tendency to date a lot of like playboy kind of people. Coming back into this energy of the Knight of Pentacles, it's more or less dating people who have that playboy kind of energy, right? But they slowly commit, and it's kind of like a slow drip type of thing. And I've talked about this with a lot of other signs this month in Crosswatchers only. This is like a plague hitting humanity. It's this whole thing of like offering you just enough of something. And I think I said that in Capricorn too. Offering you just enough of something to where you won't go away, but it's enough, like a drip of like, okay, let me say it this way. It's a person who says that they want to be in a relationship, but they want to take things slow, see where it goes, right? But in the middle of that, it's almost like being pacified, like the person pacifying you, and that's what kind of keeps you around. So you don't have the commitment that you want, like the title or whatever that you ideally want, but they're still giving you something in the meantime. Like they're buying you stuff, taking you on dates, taking you on trips, like whatever the case may be. And it's little drips, but it's little drips that are the same frequency of what it is you ultimately want, but it's still not what it is that you ultimately want. But it's like these little gifts or drips here and there is what kind of keeps you around. I don't know what that's about. The next card that we have is the Knight of Swords in the reverse. And then we have the Nine of Swords. Okie dokie, lemon choky. Okay, so when it comes to this wonderful Piscean person, right? I feel you guys are trying to get your control back from this person and from the situation, but at the same time, I feel that this person makes you act in a way that's not yourself. And how I'm seeing this, okay, let me just say it the way that I'm hearing it. With this Pisces person, the thing that they would have called you was like crazy. Like they would have said like you're crazy, because it's something about the way this person behaves, right? It's like you can tolerate it for so long, but it's almost like there's this tipping point I'm seeing with this Knight of Swords in the reverse and this Nine of Swords. It's like a tipping point where you flash out or something like that. And if I were to put it in scenario form, this would be he takes you out on a nice dinner or something like that. And then the next day you're calling his phone and he disappears. And like the level of how I'm seeing it, dude, is like the person disappears and you're either like blowing the phone up or driving past the person's house or something like that. And when they see you do that, this is about to get very unhealthy. When the person sees you do that, right, which is technically a normal reaction, because it's like the person isn't answering and this is not a one-time thing. This is something that they always do. And then when you react to their behavior, like they call you crazy, like, and saying that you're overreacting. It's not that serious, but to you it is that serious. You know what I'm saying? And it's almost like kind of gaslighting, crazy making kind of vibes I'm getting with that. Which again, it still takes me back to this 10 of Pentacles, because dude, this is like the weekly reading all over again. Because the whole point of this, of what would be being highlighted to the Crosswatcher person, is the fact that even though you're externally doing stuff, taking care of yourself, getting a revenge body or whatever, that's where this not doing it from a pure place, like doing it in that revenge body energy or trying to prove a point or whatever, the fact that it's coming from like a shadow aspect place, even though what you're doing is good, it's almost undermining yourself, because it's doing things overtly that are self-love and self-care, but still participating in a partnership with a person who's doing that to you is contradictory to what it is one is doing. Does that make sense? I don't know if that's making sense. I hope that makes sense. But I feel like what the person is doing is hella like gaslighting you, which isn't healthy at all. And this reminds me literally, I don't know why all these readings are bleeding into each other. I mean, maybe like I was saying in Aquarius, maybe it's because y'all have these signs in your chart, but it's or all these people are in some sort of club or something, and they're like, this is what we're gonna do, but it's like a lot of these sound the same, because this is reminding me of Capricorn, of like not wanting the person to walk away and just kind of like stringing them along and breadcrumbing them in a sense. But the part I don't like with this is hella manipulative with this person. I don't know, dude. And if I were to really tap into it, it's almost like the Crosswatcher. I'm not saying you're literally going crazy, but it's like it's making you not like yourself. Like dealing with this person is bringing you pretty far away from yourself, if that makes sense. I need to get out of that. First card for your Pisces person is the Three of Wands. So even though it seems like things aren't moving forward with this particular person, they're stressing of how they do want to be with you. They do want things to move forward. They do want to see a future with you. They do want you guys to kind of get things back on the right foot. You know, it's more or less them showing it to you guys like, we just hit a rough patch. You know, I still want to be with you. Nothing's changed, even though it's almost as if the Crosswatcher, I can't say almost as if, to you very much with this Ace of Wands, the torch I saw being dipped in water, you do feel like something has changed. The next card that we have is the Seven of Pentacles in the reverse. And in this particular deck, I'm using the Tarot of Sexual Magic. I have a few cards in here that are like my karmic partnership, like soul tie kind of cards. And the Seven of Pentacles is one of them. But with this card in particular, it's really giving me vibes of the fact that this person is totally okay. Oh, God. This is getting a little too deep for me, y'all. This person is okay with placating you in this situation. And the thing I just saw specifically is posting on social media. So if someone, the Crosswatcher, would be posting on social media, so it's kind of one of those things where if the Pisces person is kind of acting up, right? I'm seeing someone posting on social media and putting things up like memes and like quotes and stuff like that. And it's like those quotes where it's like, can't nobody love you like you love yourself. Like, if you don't love yourself, then, you know, like stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? And posting, or, you know, posting pictures of you living your best life. You know what I'm saying? You in the gym and, oh, you with your homegirls, and it's doing stuff like that. So this has to be something where you and this person, not necessarily that y'all aren't talking at all, but it's some sort of like, I don't know, breaks or something that you and this person take. And it's like using your stories or like your Instagram feed to post pictures and quotes and stuff that are like subtweets to this person, or to show them that you are living your best life and like you're unbothered. But with the Seven of Pentacles in the reverse, I'm seeing this person is fully aware that you're doing that towards them. Right? Like, they know that the quotes that you're putting up are about them. They know that you're taking pictures in the gym or taking pictures of you at this restaurant or bar or whatever it is, or taking selfies with your friends. They know that you're doing that to show them that you're living your best life, but they're interpreting it different. It's like they're taking it as like, haha, I got her kind of vibe. So it's almost like that boosts their ego. And I think the intention for you doing it is the polar opposite. It's to show them like, I'm not worried about you. And y'all who are my members on the network, tell me this don't sound familiar from what I just said in their weekly reading, dog. It's like, it's this counteractive type of thing. It's like, this is your intention to project this out, but this person is seeing what it really is, if that's making sense. But the thing I don't like about it, and just this person's energy, I'm not really a fan of it, because they come off as very arrogant. You know what I'm saying? And they may not be overtly arrogant, but it's just in the sense of a lot of the stuff that they do is like for ego strokes. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, it does sound a little narky because it's like a supply type of deal. It's like them getting something out of it. Because I'm totally seeing a person with much like chagrin here with the Seven of Pentacles in the reverse. With every time you post something, it's just like, she worried about me type of vibe. The next card that we have is the Page of Pentacles in the reverse. And this goes back to this whole like breadcrumbing vibe that's falling under this Knight of Pentacles. It's like the Pisces giveth and taketh away. You know, It's giving you a little bit of something, and you have to wait an extended period in order to get something else from this person. However, it's the promise with this Three of Wands of, oh, I do want a future with you. Oh, we're just hitting a rough patch. Oh, I've just been very busy at work and I got this going on and I'm worried about that. You know what I'm saying? And this is where I can see with the Crosswatcher how it's like crazy making, because I'm seeing the Crosswatcher flip flopping. Like, that's really what it is. It's just like, oh, this is over. They really don't care. I'm going to live my best life, right? And then here they come and they give you something, and it's like, oh, well, maybe they were just tripping. And then they cut up again, and you like, oh, I can't stand them. You get on my nerves. Then don't call me no more. And then it starts all over again. It's just like, oh, I'm sad. I think this is over. I'm going to focus on myself. Then the person comes back, gives you a little something, and it's like, oh, it's really not over. And it's just like a continuous cycle here. And then the next card that came out for them is the Ten of Swords in the reverse. And here's the dealio. This is much like that Capricorn energy. And you know what? It may not even be energy. It just may be strategies. Because you know how, like, you know, people play games and stuff like that. And like, I talked about this like years ago. There's this book that came out like in the 70s by Iceberg Slim, who was like a pimp, right? And I ended up finding out in one of my male therapy groups that a lot of dudes read that book and used the strategy that this guy who was a pimp used on his employees, right? On girls that they dated. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, that's the kind of vibe that I get with this. Like, thinking about how a lot of these readings sound the same. It's almost like a strategy or games that a person is playing that are similar, and maybe not the energies. But anywho, the next card that came out is the Ten of Swords in the reverse. So that's saying to me that this person does not want this to stop. When it comes to the point of me saying with this Knight of Swords in the reverse of you guys needing, oh, good Lord. Of you, oh, good Lord, come on now. Of you guys needing to gain control of yourself, like in a deeper sense and not just like in an external sense. You know what I'm saying? Because this is like, dude, this is gaslighting in action. You know, with this Ten of Swords in the reverse, they don't want this to be over. It's like you being in this up and down kind of position. And I would have to say to the Crosswatcher, for you to see how this is, you would either have to have a bestie. If you have a bestie where you're really open with them about what's going on, and you were to honestly ask him or her if they've seen a change since you started dealing with this person, or if you don't have a relationship like that with someone, you would literally have to look at how your life was prior to you starting to date this person. And if you, prior to dating this person, your life was at a stasis, you were pretty much at peace, but now you find yourself, since you started dating them, in a state of unrest, having sleepless nights, you know, looking all through the social media and stuff like that, and feeling this pressure to be something or to do something or to behave in a certain kind of way, like, that's really something you would want to notice the contrast between. Because the vibe I'm getting with the Crosswatcher is like how you feel inside of yourself or inside of your head, your sleeping patterns or all of that. I feel like this isn't really you. It's like this person is almost like bringing out the worst in you, if that makes sense. And I can't even necessarily say just the person. It's like the person in accordance with the confinements of this connection. And so a way that this could pop up is if the person isn't like intentionally gaslighting you. This could be a situation where it's someone that you're dating and you're like in the secret talking phase. You know what I'm saying? Or it's someone that you're dating and you're like sleeping with this person. Like, y'all are definitely sleeping together, right? For who this reading is for, at least. And they're telling you, let's see where this goes. I don't want to rush into anything. And you're thinking, well, okay, I'm going to go with it. But it's like going with it, it's like I'm sleeping with this person, they're at my house, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, is this something? But then I don't want to ask if this is something, is this not something? And all of that stuff is what's building up that's causing this unrest. Because when you're in, this would be a situationship. when you're in a situationship, it has all of the trappings. Like it walks like a relationship, it quacks like a relationship. You know what I'm saying? But it's not a relationship though, you know? And when you play those kind of games and you have one foot in and one foot out, it causes this kind of calamity, because what you're feeling inside of yourself is you want to put your bags down, proverbially speaking. Like you want to put 2 feet on the ground and say, this is the person I'm with and this is the situation I'm in. But it's like the way you guys are behaving, that's what it is. You know what I'm saying? But it's still not that. And that has a lot to do with that unrest feeling. But at the same time, your Pisces person, right? They are okay with things being this way and they don't want it to end being this way. And with this Queen of Swords, this person, I don't like this person very much. They don't want you focusing on anyone else either. Like they would continue to perpetuate exactly how this is as long as you would allow them to do so. Because they want you to be fixated on them. And another thing about this is how the connection between the two of you is set up, how the mind state that this person has you in, it makes it very difficult for you to even talk about dating someone else. You know what I'm saying? Because it's almost like your energy is so wrapped up into their, up, down, left, right type of vibe, right? That there wouldn't even be any room for you to talk to this person into someone else. Because it's not that the person is with you every single day. It's just the simple fact that even when they're not physically with you, energetically, mentally, emotionally, they're still with you, because majority of your time is spent analyzing, reanalyzing, thinking, and rethinking something that's going on with you guys, whether why are they not reaching out, or why did the text sound like that? Why haven't I heard from them? Why did they do this one day and then the next day they switched it up? So it's almost like them orchestrating this situation to put you into this mindset to where it's almost like they have you in a cage and you're not aware that you're in it, or you're like on a hamster wheel and you don't realize that you're on it. And whenever it seems like you're about to realize it, it's like, oh, let me give you something. Like, let me talk about the future. See, when we have kids one day, you know what I'm saying? I was telling my best friend, my mama, about you. You know what I'm saying? It's like, that's the kind of vibe that I get with this. So I'm going to be honest. I always tell you guys that I don't tell you what to do. But the thing that I will leave you guys with before I go do this extended over on the network, the thing I will leave you with this person is going into September, right? I feel where you guys are, you're at a breaking point or at a crossroads with this person right now. And bringing this back to you, Crosswatcher, you're in a place to where you're getting the same opportunity I think all Crosswatchers have gotten up to this point this month, where you have the chance to make a choice. You get to choose how it is that you want to move forward with this, whether you want to re-enter this cycle with this person again, right? Or if you choose to go in another direction. But the thing that I can tell you is, as it stands now, because I'm just looking into September, the way that things have been going up to this point, this person does not want things to shift at this present time. And this person wants you to stay focused on them. They don't want you to move forward at this present time. But they also don't want to necessarily give you what it is that what you're desiring either, like I was saying in the beginning. But in the extended, we're looking at how this person thinks and feels about you. Some of y'all really might not care, and I ain't mad at you for that. But the reason why I do want to look at that in the extended is because I want to know if I'm being nice. I want to know if maybe there's some extenuating circumstances that's going on with them. You know what I'm saying? That may have them behaving this way. You know what I'm saying? Being optimistic here. But we're going to look at how the person thinks and feels about you to get some more insights into this. So I love you guys. Thank y'all for being here for the evacuation Hurricane Ida edition of Crosswatchers only. But I'm about to go do this extended, and I'm coming back on YouTube to go live again to do Aries. And I'm going to keep doing these until I just can't go no more. You know what I'm saying? I love you, Faith. But for all of y'all who are on YouTube members, that are on Patreon, and that are on, well, my Vimeo people, they're going to get it later. But I'm going to post the link up to the live for all my member people so y'all can see the extended. So I love you guys, faces. I'll see you guys in a bit, YouTube. Thank y'all for being here. A lot of y'all showed up. I love you guys.